What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone Lite. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode we set up our mob farm over here to be automatic. Yeah, we added in range upgrades to our mob fans. We added in a width upgrade so it goes 3 wide instead of 2 wide, or I'm sorry, instead of 1 wide. We added in the range upgrade so it'll push the monsters all the way to the center. We added in our mob mashers, turning this mob farm into an automated mob farm, and then we added in upgrades for this, turning into looting, 10 lootings and then 10 sharpness, so it kills the monsters faster and it loots them for more items. We're collecting those items using the advanced item collector, which is just putting the items directly into this chest, and we are getting loads of drops. Even though this mob farm isn't big, we're getting lots of stuff here, guys. So I've taken some of the items that we collected here, just complete junk, like all of the arrows. We had stacks and stacks. I took a lot of those and just threw them away. We don't need them. Some of the armor pieces that we're getting, I've been combining together to save some space, but yeah, it's a losing situation here. This chest is going to fill up really, really fast. So I've turned the mob farm off for now. Added in torches here, turned our fans off. Yeah, so nothing is going to happen here. We need to install a better item storage for all these drops, and I'm thinking storage drawers is going to be our solution. But where are we going to put all the storage drawers for the stuff here? I don't know. I think what we're going to do is we're going to plan to make this farm larger in the future, so I don't want to put all my storage like right here and right here, because we might eventually have this whole platform be a dark room mob spawner. I don't know. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to look at trying to build like a little basement area here for this particular thing, so we can have our mass storage down there. Eventually that'll be connected with applied energistics, and we'll have the cabling running over to wherever we have our main applied energistics thing, probably in the center of the base here. So it kind of makes sense that, you know, it'll be a straight shot. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. Now, in order to build down, we can take a bucket of water and put it over the edge and go down there and place blocks and stuff. And we've done that before. I ended up dying because of it. So what I want to do, we have a quest now that is available for us to start making jetpacks. Doesn't have to be a really great one, just one that'll last for a little bit longer so we don't have to deal with the water streams. So simply jetpack 1 is our first task for today. So this wants us to make a conductive iron jetpack. So a conductive iron jetpack is made with a basic capacitor, some conductive iron, more conductive iron, some redstone alloy turned into the redstone conduit. It's going to take some basic gears, just cobblestone sticks, so that's nothing fancy at all. It also requires a leather strap. So we need leather and iron in order to do this. Now we have gotten some cows that spawned over here. We have one in a safari net, a new one that spawned, but I don't know if we'll have enough leather from those guys. In this particular mod pack, you can take rotten flesh, put it onto a drying rack from Tinker's Construct, and I think it just takes a few seconds here. I haven't tried this yet. I think it just takes a few seconds for it to turn into leather. So we might even just set up some kind of an automation here where we have a hopper pushing the rotten flesh onto the drying rack and another hopper that extracts it. But for right now, these are rather inexpensive. 3 slabs in a line in the crafting grid makes the drying rack. And as you can see here, yeah, we got leather pretty easily, right? I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, so leather situation is taken care of. I'll just add a few more of these in here just so we have extras for later. And then we might at some point, like I said, look at some kind of an automation for that. But yeah, now we have leather here. We need to start looking at making the conductive iron. Now, conductive iron is made in an alloy smelter, induction smelter. I think you can even do it in the smeltery. Maybe not. Maybe if you already have the stuff, you can melt it down. So anyway, what we need to do is put iron plus redstone in an alloy smelter to make the conductive iron. So let's go ahead and grab iron and redstone, and we'll start that process. We should also look at getting some kind of a power storage system set up as well, but we'll look at that sometime in the future. Oh, we only got, I thought we had more redstone than that. I guess we don't. I'll do 16 then. 16 redstone, 16 iron. Our smelted iron is up here in the center. Is that going to be enough? We should probably count how much the conductive iron that we have and that we need. I think I need one more block. Yeah, one more block. Okay, so the jetpack requires 4, 5, 6, I guess just 7, 8. So that's not going to be that bad. And then the redstone alloy stuff here does require redstone plus silicon. So if we only need 8 of those, let's try and conserve our redstone a little bit since we don't have a lot of it. So we'll get 8 of the conductive iron cooking up, and then we'll look at making the other stuff here in just a moment. One of our reward chests that we got earlier gave us these enhanced energy conduit. I forgot about these. So yeah, we can take the power from our generator and just kind of move it along instead of having our alloy smelter stacked on top of this guy. So that makes that a little bit nicer. So we want to set this thing for alloys only, redstone and the iron, and that should start cooking that up. Yep, there we go. Very nice, very nice. And there's our first piece of conductive iron. Great. So yes, I'm still using lava in our Stirling generator here. It's the only power that we have. Let me get rid of this guy. He's making too much noise. Now he's making even more noise. Great. All right, so we wanted to look at how to make the redstone conduit. So that's redstone alloy, so that's redstone plus silicon, and we need 3 of those to make 8. Okay, so to make silicon, we need to take, I think you can put compressed sand directly in here. I haven't tried that yet. Is that gonna be good? It's gone. Well, let's try a few more. I was looking at the recipe for silicon. Let's go to the uses of this. So yeah, it says that we got a 50% chance of getting 3. So 3 different times, 50% chance of 3. So it seems like that might be the most efficient way to get this stuff, or at least the fastest way. Maybe not the most efficient. I'm not sure. Well, there's 36 of the stuff, so that's pretty easy to do, right? Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is put redstone and silicon in here, and that'll start making our redstone alloy stuff. So beyond that, the more, or I guess the other complicated thing we have to do is the conduit binder. So it's binder composite, so it's gravel, sand, and clay. I believe we already have a bit of clay ready to go. Grab that. We'll let the rest of that stuff do its thing. And I'm pretty sure we already have a decent amount of clay that I have cooked up from before. Yeah, we got a stack plus 2 blocks, so that's quite nice. Can you do this? You can't. Okay. Guess we have to place it down and punch it, which is fine. Okay, so we have sand, we need gravel, and we have the clay. Do we have gravel down here? Nope, I used all of the gravel turning into the compressed sand. Dang, we need to get that automated at some point. So I'll take a stack of compressed cobblestone here. We'll just lay that out. And since we have ore excavation in this mod pack, and I already have the hammer on me, it's pretty quick for us to turn all of this cobblestone, the compressed cobblestone, into the compressed gravel. Not that big of a deal. Eventually, this will be another process we automate, but for right now, it's really not that bad to do it manually. Yeah, there we go. There's a stack. Okay, cool. So now we have the sand, we have the gravel, and we have the clay, so we should be able to make the binder composite pretty quickly. Do 3 of those, just 3 of those, and click in here a few times. There it is. There's half a stack of the binder composite. Now that smelts into 2, so that'll end up being a full stack of the conduit binder, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we'll come back over to our alloy smelter here, take the rest of those out, and we'll switch that to furnace only mode. Now that'll cook 3 at a time pretty fast, so we should get 6 every recipe. But that should be all that we need to get us going. So yeah, at this point, I think we should be pretty much ready to start making our conductive iron jetpack. So there's 8 of those. We do need the sticks on us. I don't believe I have any wood. I keep my wood over here. So every time I need wood, it's always back over here. Yeah, getting Applied Energistics up and running is definitely a thing that I'm looking forward to here. Sooner rather than later. The sooner we can have all of our storage in one place and searchable, the better off we're gonna be, right? And then we need cobblestone, which I don't think I have on me. Okay. Oh, you know what? We gotta do that 2 more times. We need 4 of those in total. And there we go. Cool. Okay, so basic capacitors, we did have a couple of extras of those, so we're able to make one of those right away. I think we will have to make some more of the basic capacitors though, and that was copper, gold, and redstone. Yeah, I don't think we had the other redstone on us. Let's go. Let's go grab the rest of our redstone over here. We're gonna have to do some more sifting to get some more of this stuff here very, very soon. Okay, so back up here we go. So now we should have everything. So there's one conductive iron thruster, and then we'll make 2 more of these. And there's our other conductive iron thruster. We need our leather strap, just 1. And 1 more basic capacitor, I guess. Oh, we need 1 more copper to do that. Cool. All right, so there we go. 1 conductive iron jetpack, get. Now we got to figure out how we're going to charge this thing up. So another quest that we had in here was specifically for making the power storage, the conductive bank, basic capacitor bank. So let's take a look at the recipe of this thing. So we need to get 4 basic capacitors, a block of redstone on top of that, and then 4 iron. It's rather inexpensive. We're just low on the redstone. So I'm going to take some time here. I'm going to sift some more dust, I think is how you get the redstone. Yeah, let me get to that and then we'll be back. All right, guys. Well, I converted a bit of my compressed sand into dust. There is no compressed dust in this mod pack, so it just, you know, turns into loose dust. Sifted all that. We got a decent amount of redstone, and we have everything ready to go to make our basic capacitor bank. This holds 10 million RF in this mod pack. That's a pretty significant amount of RF, I do believe, considering that this jetpack only holds 80,000. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty good. So we will take this and put that right there. That'll turn this guy back on. I'll put another bucket of lava in there so we can keep feeding power into this thing. We're currently generating 60 RF per tick, even though this says 30 RF per tick. Why is it 60? Maybe it does 30 out here and it generates another 30 and it's pushing both of those at the same time? Maybe? I don't know. Well, we can put our conductive iron jetpack in here either way, and that's going to start filling up from the power that we're generating, so we can take that and put that on now, and yeah, we can fly around. That's pretty awesome. Now, this isn't a great jetpack, but it is a jetpack. So it'll allow us to jump off the edge, do what we need to do, start placing blocks, and not really worry that, like, if you start going down and you press it, like, it immediately stops you. There is no downward momentum. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it'll stop us from going into the void, and it'll allow us to do the things that we need to do. So that is going to be pretty awesome. So I will take this thing and try and fill it up as much as possible. I definitely don't want to run out of power. 80,000 RF isn't an incredible amount of RF. Yeah, but now that's full, we should be pretty good. Okay, so now that that's a thing, I'm going to start putting down blocks underneath here, making a little basement area so we can start putting our storage stuff down there. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Let me get to it and we'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, so I've been busy and we put in our little basement area here. This is 5 blocks lower. Well, I guess 5.5 since this is a top-side slab. 5.5 blocks lower. And yeah, we put some storage drawers down here. Now I took all of the items that we're getting that should go into drawers out of our chest and put it in there. Yep. I guess that's collected some of these other things. I've been killing these silly endermen that keep spawning around here. They keep driving me crazy. So yeah, we got our drawers down here. So the next thing is we got to get the stuff out of this chest and into these drawers. I think we're going to leave the chest here, but if not, we still gonna get the items from wherever the chest is gonna be into these drawers, right? So the reason why we're not just gonna put the item collector directly on our drawers is because, once again, we're getting things like armor and weapons and so on that need to be filtered out. So we need somewhere to buffer all of the items, and then we need to take the items from here and then whatever can fit into the drawers we want to go there. So we're going to put a controller. No. We're going to do oak trim is what we're going to do. So trim works just like the drawers, except you can, it's just like a placeholder. I believe the way storage drawers work, at least the default configuration that I've used before, you can go out 12 blocks from a drawer controller in any direction, and the drawer controller can still see and insert items as long as they're all connected, as long as all your drawers are connected and touching, right? So the trim takes up space. So like if you wanted to just have a wall of drawers here and then have like more drawers along the side, you put trim on the back side so they connect through that diagonal. Anyway, we're going to use this just to extend the range of our drawers. So we'll go ahead and place some of the oak trim over here. And I think what we're going to do is we'll put a controller slave here. That way we can use something like Enter.io item conduit to come out, go into here, and then if that doesn't work, it'll go somewhere else, right? I might have to rearrange this a little bit later, but let's take a look at this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we can put our drawer controller there. It looks a little funky doing it like this, but it would save some applied energistics cabling. We don't have to run it as far. It's something we could do, or we could just put this drawer controller right here and not use the slave, but we already have the slave, right? So I don't know. Actually, that needs to be moved over one more block. That is not going to work right where it's at. Yeah, we'd have to put that over one, and we might even have to do something else here because that conduit will only be able to go straight down. It won't be able to like make a turn and then go into like a chest for deletion. So yeah, there'll be a little bit of things we'll play around with here to get this thing working properly. But yeah, the controller slave works just like the controller. You can pipe items in and out of it. You just can't like right click on there to put items in, right? So that's like one of the big differences. But it's just like another spot that you can put items in and out of your drawer network. So anyway, that looks a little funky. We might change this up. I haven't decided if that's how we're fully gonna do that. These trims are pretty inexpensive. Actually, recipe on that. It shows you can use slabs, but you can't actually use slabs. It makes something else. So you do have to use full planks and then sticks, and you get 4 of those per recipe. Yeah, they're rather inexpensive. So this is kind of where we're at now. I did put another compacting drawer here. So we have the lowest loot bag. The common turns into the uncommon, turns into the rare. And over here we have the rare, which will turn into the epic. And finally, the legendary. We will have to extract the rare out of here and put it over into this one. And that should sort having loot bags going into our system 100%. Like all the common ones will be taken care of. Then we can also put like the upgrades in there so they can hold more eventually if we want to do that. But yeah, I think we should be about set here. We need to make the conduit to extract out of that chest and go into our drawer network. So that's the next thing that we need to work on. So item conduit is made with pulsating iron. So we need, let's go back here. That comes from the ingot. The ingot is made in the alloy smelter with an ender pearl plus an iron ingot. And then 3 of the nuggets makes item conduit. So yeah, we'll be able to make a lot of that stuff just off 3 of these recipes here. Let me drop this stuff off. Okay, so we are getting iron from zombies, and I think we got some redstone from witches, but like I put all my redstone and all my loose iron over here. So we'll have to figure that out. Another thing we're gonna have to do is use the key on that and lock all these drawers. So if we take the last item out, the drawer still remembers what goes in there. Otherwise, items won't be able to go in there just from the controller. Okay, so again, we'll put this on alloys only. That'll smelt down. I'll turn our ingots into nuggets, and then we'll start making some item conduit. All right, it bothered me enough that I rearranged it so we don't have our drawer controller up there anymore. In fact, our drawer controller is right here, or I'm sorry, our controller sleeve is right there. We're running the trim underneath the floor all the way over, and our drawer controller is way back here. I don't know if we need to do this. Like, we could run the ME cable all the way over, but you know, we're gonna do this anyway because I already made the trim, and that's what we're gonna do. So this should be set up now. We have item conduit set to extract, always active, going into our controller sleeve here. So any items that can go into the drawers will go into the drawers. You can see they're all locked now. I made both the drawer key and the concealment key, and you can make sure that everything's working by clicking on here. You can see things happen over there, right? So it is still connected. There's a couple of different Enderman skulls from the Passwords Things mod, I believe is what they're from. And they render through blocks, and it was kind of bugging me. So I made the concealment key so you can kind of see those skulls down there, right? Yeah, so we could conceal everything, but I was leaving everything active except for those two, just so we don't have to look at those weird rendering issues. But yeah, everything's locked. Those two things are now hidden, so we can't see them anymore. You can still see them on the drawer controller, like if you have a storage bus on there, but yeah, I think we're good to go. So the next thing we need to do is start filtering out all of this different type of armor. Now there's a lot of it, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do it all, but we're going to try and get some of this filtered anyway. So I made a filter from Extra Utilities 2, and you right click on that, and you can see there's lots of different spots here that you can filter items, right? So we'll take some of the items here, like chain armor. Let's see what else we got here. Osmium, we have a decent amount of that stuff all ready to go. What else do we want here? I guess maybe leather. Oops. And we'll do gold too. Now we could save the gold armor and smelt that down, but I'm not going to do that. Just doesn't really matter to me. So there's two different gold armor pieces. We want to make sure we ignore NBT in case we get armor that is enchanted. We don't care about that. Just delete it. Match metadata, we want to ignore that. And yeah, we're whitelisting only these specific items, right? Okay, so there's that. Then we'll put our leather armor pieces here. Our chain armor. And our osmium armor. Okay, so as we get more armor pieces and this chest fills up, I'll have to go back through these filters and refill this stuff out. And in fact, we're going to need more filters since there's glowstone armor, there's steel armor, there's iron armor we'll eventually get. Yeah, we'll have to go through and set up another filter. Now, the good thing about these filters is you can nest them, which means you can get another filter and then place this filter inside here. And you can just like stamp it right inside there, right? And then you can place 16 separate filters inside one filter, which is really cool. And then I think you can further take that one and put that into another filter if you have like so many things specifically you want to filter out. But anyway, that's not what we're going to be doing right now. So let's get this thing going. So we're going to need a trash can here to dump all of the stuff that we don't care about. Yeah, we're just going to straight delete these items. Now the trash can itself has a spot for a filter. So the only thing that'll be piped in here, the only thing that'll be allowed is what is in this filter here. So yeah, when you're changing filters, make sure you turn this thing so it's not on insert anymore and things like that. That way you're not deleting everything from your storage. So that's extracting out of the chest. It's going into here. We want to set this to be the highest priority. I'll just put on 10. We're also going to insert into here, and we'll put this at the lowest priority. Probably don't need to do that much. Probably just like a priority of 1, priority of 0 on here would be enough, but we'll just do it that way anyway. So all the different pieces of armor in here that I set on the filter should get extracted out and thrown away. The glowstone is not part of that. All the osmium is though. Cool. All right. So other things we're going to want to do, get the tools hooked up. So those get thrown away. Osmium swords. And again, these other pieces of armor. So we'll look at that as we continue on. Now the steel armor is what I'm pretty much using for my armor. So we might want to leave those to build up in here so I can repair my armor with them later until we get into dark steel. I think that's probably going to be a good idea. So I can make another filter here, add in the other types of armors that we have, add in the weapons, and then get everything properly filtered, and then we should be good to go. All right, guys. Well, I decided to make another filter here and put 2 filters in it just to show you guys, and because we need it anyway. So this filter here has got like 15 items. This one here has got 16 items, or I guess all the way up to the 16th. So we're going to be filtering out a lot of different things. Now, both of those are set to whitelist, I do believe. Ignore NBT, ignore metadata. And this one, I don't think you have to change anything here. I think, actually, you know, I will just do ignore anyway. So both of those should be filtering all the items in there. We'll put this in here. Now, I don't know for sure, but I think if you put these two filters, like if you want to store them and you put them in here, I think the system, like the trash can will be like, oh, we have a filter for a filter that's got all the same data on it, throw it away. So you don't want to store like those filters in this chest, if I remember correctly. Anyway, let's put all the items back that I just made filters out of. We'll set this to insert, and everything in that should be thrown away, except for the steel and this magic hood. So yeah, magic hood's another item we will have to think about putting on a filter. Now, I don't know, isn't that like a leather? It's from a random thing, so maybe it's not just leather armor. I was thinking that was just a leather armor head, but I guess not. So it is different. So we'll want to make ourselves another chest down here. In fact, let's just make a crafting table down here so we have easier time doing stuff. I'll make a chest. And then our filters, I guess this chest will contain our filters that are being filtered out into this trash can, right? So whenever we need to modify one, we take one out of here, put the stuff in there, then we got to take the filter out of there and then replace this on top of that one, right? Okay, so that should be good to go. Awesome. Okay, now that that's done, let's go ahead and claim some rewards here. We got 3 new rewards today. We'll do, how about the middle chest? Yeah, let's do the middle ones this time. This one and that one. Nice. Okay, so server's gonna restart in 5 minutes. Gotta hurry. Okay, so this chest right here contains a flask of magmaskin fire resistance. Okay, so fire resistance, 6 uses, 8 minutes long. That's pretty cool. This one is a tier 3 chance pendant. I don't think we're gonna be touching chance cubes at all, but should we ever want to, that should increase our luck a little bit. And wow, draconic cores. Okay. So normally the draconic cores cost a diamond each. So that's equivalent of 8 diamonds, 16 gold, and 16 draconium. That's a pretty good reward, if I do say so myself. So yeah, we ended up making 64 plus 8 item conduits out of those 3 ingots. So 3 ender pearls, 3 iron, plus all of the binding stuff made that much of the item conduit. So we're pretty much set on that for a little bit of time, which is fantastic. Now that we got all this stuff set up, we should get our mob farm going on some sort of a test, right? Make sure that we're collecting all the things that should be collected and all the items are being deleted that should be deleted, etc., etc. Turn this fan on. Whoop, turn that fan on. And I'll turn the other fan on over here. And I might even think about making this farm 3 blocks wide so we start getting spiders. Right now, spiders are the only mob that we cannot spawn in here since it's only 2 wide. The bigger we make it, the more spiders we could potentially get, and the more string. I don't know how necessary that's going to be, but we might need spider eyes or string or whatever the thing is from Reliquary, the little fang things from the spiders. We might need those at some point, so we'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, I guess the next step is just to kind of hang out for a little while, watch the monsters spawn in there, make sure everything's getting sorted, and I think we're good to go on that whole sorting system. So guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. Yeah, the server's restarting, but we got a lot of good stuff done in the meantime. Very happy with our progress today. Yeah, getting the mob farm set up last episode and the storage system with all the sorting and all that this episode. Really good stuff. We're well on our way. I am very interested in trying to get to applied energistics as soon as we can, just to make our life easier, have all of our stuff in one centralized location. It'll just make everything that much better. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.